Welcome to the final edition of this generation of Gaming Computer of the Month. I'm Astro Madsen, and this is my last edition as a hosting regular. From the next generation, you'll be seeing a new face as host. On this final edition of this generation, we're going to take a look at the games featured on the 14th CD-ROM edition of PC Gamer. Our computer to close off this generation is a Gauntlet P90, featuring an Intel Pentium microprocessor. And seen here is the computer specifications. Let's start up our computer. It's a single voltage socket 7 based computer, indicating that it has 16 megabytes of RAM and even recognizes the quad speed CD-ROM drive as well. This system also runs Windows 95 as well. This computer has a lot of games, including FreeCell, Hearts Network, Minesweeper, and Solitaire, but we're going to play Solitaire and see what it really looks like from here. This computer also has a fax modem and 4 online services: America Online, General Electric's Genie, the Imagination Network, and GameNet. First, you're going to connect to America Online, where we are first going to look in our email box.
Welcome. You've got mail.
Now that we've opened our mailbox, let's take a look at our first email message, which was sent by 15-year-old Kathy Green of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Here's what she has to say.
Astro, I just heard about an upcoming game called IF-16. Will the game be released sometime during either 1996 or 1997?
Nice thoughts, Kathy, but right now IF-16 is under development. I'll let you know as we get closer to the release date of the game. Paula Keating of Chicago, Illinois sent me this email.
Astro, how nice of you to respect one of my students that used the Compton's Interactive Encyclopedia. By the way, what processor will IF-16 require when it really comes out?
Here's your answer, Mrs. Keating. You'll need at least 66 MHz for 486 or 60 for Pentium. Now over to Neverwinter Nights. And I just began my adventure. Now I'm connected to Genie playing Air Warrior. Now why don't we check in on the Imagination Network to see what we can play in Casino Land today? Now that I'm connected to the Imagination Network, this month I'm going up against someone in poker. Now I'm on GameNet playing a multiplayer game of Doom 2 where I'm going up against Rylan in Deathmatch 2. While somewhere in Flagstaff, Junior Moreno is playing a multiplayer game of Heretic where he's going up against Odin in Deathmatch. One of the many unique things about this month's gaming computer is the CD-ROM titles. And one of those CD-ROMs is the 1995 edition of Grolier's Multimedia Encyclopedia. The second, third, fourth, and fifth notable
Use the
CD-ROM
mouse to
titles
point
of
at the
this month's
glowing
gaming
box
computer are
around
Eagle Eye
Nancy.
Mysteries,
Then
Eagle Eye
click the
Mysteries
button.
in London, Scooter's Magic Castle, and Peter Pan, a story painting adventure.
Hi, Jake. I think somebody's playing a trick on us. Check out this note I found in my locker.
There are some terrific advantages to being a rather well-known author, if I do say so myself. One of those is that I've become quite chummy with Mr. Sneed, the head librarian at the British Museum's famous British Library.
Wendy's house. I need you to read something for me, Wen.
The sixth and seventh notable CD-ROM titles for this month's gaming
Said
computer are
Mrs. Cow,
Four-Footed
when I
Friends
say
and Stratawax,
you, I do
Counting
not mean to
Console.
frighten you, but that is quite the only way I have to ask you for more hay.
2. T-W-O. 1, 2. 2 metal guitars. Find the perfect sound.
And the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th notable CD-ROM titles for this month's gaming computer are Strike Commander, Syndicate Plus, Ultima 8 Pagan, and Wing Commander 2.
Selected.
Affirmative, Captain.
Now let's take a look at our final batch of PC Gamer magazine highlights for this generation.
We're scheduled to hop
Wing
a
Commander
shuttle to
4
Orlando
is an upcoming
Depot to make
simulator
jump
game in which
soul.
players take
Just
on
to
the
make
role
it
of Cole.
interesting, I got a
It is
surprise
coming in
for you,
1996 to
Colonel.
software stores
I know
everywhere.
you've always wanted to take a shot at me, so here's your chance.
Air Power is a fantasy flight simulator that is now available at software stores everywhere. Crusader is divided into missions, each with their own locations and objectives. Destruction Derby is a vehicular combat racing video game based on the sport of Demolition Derby. In Steel Panthers, players control individual tanks and vehicles from a top-down perspective on a map with hexagonal overlay. The set is set in 2169, where it begins with a briefing between ATMC executive S. Travis and the player's character, TMC's best material defender, who was hired on a mercenary basis to deal with the threat of a mysterious alien computer virus infecting machines and robots used for off-world mining operations. Well, that really is it, as far as much as I'm concerned. After 14 editions, it's the end of the line for me. But I sure hope for those of you who receive this channel stay to it, as a new face will host the next generation of Gaming Computer of the Month. Until we meet again, this is Astro Madsen saying peace out.